everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm your host, Natalie.
And I'm Max.
You know, Max, Israel is such a small country, and it's still managed to build its reputation on being one of the most innovative countries in the world.
That's very true. Every year there's tons of new startups and new technologies and new applications and software created right here in Israel.
Speaking of applications, today we're going to go check out some information about an app called Bite Mojo. Something that's fairly new but very successful.
I'm assuming by the name it's food related.
Exactly.
Which is good.
It takes you on a culinary adventure, but I'm not going to say too much because I would like for him to explain it to us.
Cool. Let's go check it out.
Israel is known to be a startup nation with 1,400 startups developing each year. Today we're here to check out an Israeli application that will take us on a sweet culinary adventure. If you're traveling alone or simply want to go on a self-guided tour in the most popular cities in Israel, then Bite Mojo is your solution. Tell us how the app works. Give us some background information.
So it's a self-guided application that actually take you between the bites completely independently. You know, Natalie, today more and more people become a culinary tourist and they want to experience the destination through the bite and through the local cuisine. So actually we give them the opportunity. You don't need a guide, you don't need a group, you can leave your wallet outside.
You said I could choose from a few different tours?
Yep.
All right, let's take out my phone.
So today, Natalie, to see how much it's user-friendly and easy, you're going to be our guides for today.
Oh, okay, it's finally my turn to be the guide.
The application will give you all the tools to do it, so let's see how it's works. So you can just choose the destination and then you choose one of our variety food tours and you just pick and purchase it.
Okay, so I'm going to click on White City Food Tour. Where is that going to take us? Where's that about?
So White City Food Tour is basically taking you from the Bima Theater through Rothschild Boulevard between the really tasty bite stops, and it's finished in Neve Tzedek in the beginning of Tel Aviv, Achuzat Bite, the first name of Tel Aviv, and you will have a really good and tasty time.
Amazing. Rothschild Boulevard is one of my favorite
Me too.
places in Tel Aviv. It's one of the most popular. Let's begin the tour.
Let's go. So we're almost getting to our first bite stop. It's called Coffee Abima, really local Tel Avivian place. You can see all the guys, all the locals sitting there and drinking their coffee each morning. And we're going to have a really delicious bite over there.
So now we arrived at Cafe Habima.
Exactly.
And I see two buttons here, Discover and Claim. So first, let's read a little bit about the cafe, the owner,
The information,
perhaps,
yep.
what we're going to eat, obviously, about the bite. A chain of sandwich shops that brings the perfect sandwich to Israelis. Okay, so I'm ready to have this perfect sandwich. So it's as simple as that.
It's make you like an e-coupon and then you show it to the chef, hey, and you get your guy.
So the restaurant actually provides blankets.
This blanket, yep, to sit because it's really full of people. So this is a really good way to find.
How cozy. See? And now we could actually read more about the cafe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Great way to start the tour. I see there's an option to rate the cafe.
Yep.
Let's
So
give them 3 stars, 3 out of 3.
after you get the dish, actually, you need to rate the place.
Okay.
And this is the system we know. If the place is good and fresh and the food is good, and they accept you well.
And then it says we earned 50 bite credits.
Yep. So we have a bite credit system.
Okay.
For example, on the way, you earn bite credits if you rate the places and the tour. You earn a bite credit. What is bite credit? It's our money for the bites. So For example, if you didn't finish the tour and you have 2 bites left, for example, it's going to your bite credit bank and you can easily use it anytime you want for 6 months.
Well, that was delicious, and I'm ready for bite number 2.
Let's go.
Let's do it. We are continuing the tour, swiping right, and it says to discover this monument we have behind us.
Yep, the main idea in the application is not all about the bites and culinary tour, it's we give you really, really great content and point of interest. One of them is the amazing sculpture of Kadishman, the famous artist.
So the photo that I'm looking at here kind of resembles that, but there are big ice cream scoops on each circle.
Yeah, actually, a really cool fact about this monument that the municipality of Tel Aviv gives the opportunity to the citizenship to costume in Purim this amazing monument.
To dress it up in
costumes. So they dressed up this monument in ice cream scoop, emojis, and really, really cool costume each Purim. So it's really nice to see it on that time.
It seems like we're heading up to our second destination.
Bite stop? Yep.
Cafe Lucia. Here we come.
A really, really local and great cafe.
So according to the app, the bite of the day is leek patty with dips or soup of the day.
Yep.
I think it's pretty hot outside, so we'll give up on the soup and we'll have a leek patty. So now let's read about the owner a bit. 20 years ago, Avi and Ali dreamed of opening a restaurant in India based on the flavors each one grew up with in their mother's house.
So each stop has a really, really interesting story behind the bites, and it tells you the story about the place, the bite, the ingredients, and the owner. Thank you.
There you go.
Toda rabba. Let's see what this patty consists of. Leeks, potatoes, eggs, breadcrumbs, and cucumbers on the side.
Yep. There is really 2 tasty dips, yogurt dips and matbucha.
My mom actually makes matbucha every Friday night.
Really?
It's warm, it's crunchy. So I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that patty.
Yeah, really tasty.
So let's move
Go
on.
to the next stop.
On our way to our third destination, I found a fun fact. We are now on Albert Square. The square is named after King Albert I of Belgium. I live here for 5 years in this country and I haven't known any of these details.
Mayor Dizengoff is promising to give him the name of this square.
Wow. So here we have like beautiful buildings surrounding us. Look, what is this one?
This one is the big pagoda, one of the beautiful buildings in this area. Mm-hmm. And you have Moni 48. It's one of the beautiful Bauhaus. In this, you can see the reflex of the tree. Just on the right corner there is the Norman Boutique Hotel, one of the most beautiful hotels in Israel.
So I think the best part about traveling and exploring is the food, you know, and I think everyone could agree with that statement.
Yep, the best part is the food, but we have much more to see in this application.
Yeah.
And you get the self-navigation and the point of interest just to do all the combination together and get the full tour. So our next stop is right there, let's go. So we arrived to Chiripun restaurant, Algerian restaurant of Avi Levi, really good one.
That's good. Mini kebabs in pan are hummus yummy.
Yes, so today we're going to eat kebabs, ground beef, ground lamb, onion, cauliflower, potato and tahini.
So it doesn't only tell you the ingredients, but it also tells you how they prepare the meal. And I wasn't really so familiar with what Algerian food is all about.
So Algerian food is North African food, really tasty and a lot of spices and ingredients. The chef is Avi Levi, the biggest winner of MasterChef Israel. He's a really good chef. He has a restaurant in Jerusalem and now we open this Chiripum in Tel Aviv.
So now we can enjoy some Algerian cuisine while listening to some Algerian music.
Yep.
Yummy.
make the pita here is really special pita. Really delicious.
Amazing. So fluffy, warm, fresh. I love that the bites are just a perfect size. You don't get too full. The 5 different bites of the tour. It's perfect. So this is going to be our last bite of the day, unfortunately. So we'll enjoy a nice iced coffee.
Yeah, this is the Gili kiosk. Great place to grab a coffee on the way in Orchard Boulevard.
Okay. Here you go. Hello. One bite, one nice coffee, and a chocolate ball.
There you go.
Bite Mojo also reached international popularity, right?
Yeah, we're working now in Barcelona, Rome, Berlin, Jerusalem, and Tel Aviv in 5 different languages.
Wow.
So today we didn't finish the tour. We have more bites to go,
Yeah.
but it's not a problem. You can just keep going next week, the day after, with the same bite we have. To use it in Berlin or in Rome or in Jerusalem.
So if I decide to book my next ticket to Barcelona, I can continue this in a different popular. The app is super user-friendly. It's a great way to explore a new and unfamiliar city.
Yeah.
So I had a great time.
I hope you enjoyed.
And I hope we meet again in Jerusalem for our next tour.
We will.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You see, Max, I told you that was cool.
Yeah, it's really nice to film items like this. I feel like people enjoy seeing what people are eating over here in Israel. We got a lot of great restaurants. It makes sense to showcase
That's
them.
true. And you know what? I'm in the mood for a really classy, fine dining type of restaurant.
Oh, you got somewhere specific in mind?
Just north of Tel Aviv in a city called Herzliya.
We all know it.
We're going to a pretty famous restaurant run by a celebrity chef.
Oh, which one?
It's called Segev Art.
All right, I have heard a lot about this place.
Yeah. What
But,
do you know?
well, I know that they make food that looks so beautiful. It's widely considered to be a work of art.
Exactly.
So let's go check that out now. Is that on the agenda?
Let's go. The growing trend of posting food photos onto social media sites has made how the food is plated more important than ever. Today we're going to visit a restaurant that's known for making each dish a work of art. We all feel the urge to photograph our dish before actually taking that first bite. And at Segev Art, each and every plate offers a picture-perfect shot. Now this is definitely too pretty to eat. This is the dish that I see all over social media, all over Instagram.
I think it's probably the most hashtag one from Segev Art.
After all, if you don't post a photo, did you even really eat it? Amazing. Now everyone's gonna be jealous that I'm here. The man behind the culinary creations, Israeli celebrity chef Segev Moshe, is one of the leading chefs in Israel.
Segev has a really big passion for art. He always says that if he wasn't a chef, he would probably be a designer.
Chef Segev even had the opportunity to cook for countless politicians, including President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu.
He made the combination between food and art on one plate. So you don't really know what you eat. Are you eating the plate? Are you eating the food? It's like messing with your mind.
The food here is absolutely amazing. The artistry in the plating is second to none. Had the salmon, really sweet, the delicate flavors.
I think the restaurant is very unique. I never seen anything like that before. Every dish has different pictures.
זה מקום נהדר, אוכל מעולה, עיצוב מדהים.
Kind of Israeli new age fusion cuisine. From all over the world we have fish, meat. All the ingredients are very, very fresh. All the dishes are probably made out of more than 10 ingredients, are combined.
All right, so we are in for a very big surprise. I can't wait to try the food, but let's drink while we wait.
Yeah, let's do it. So you're gonna go with a watermelon, I'm gonna go with a cucumber. L'chaim.
I love
Like
the
it?
decoration.
Yeah.
What is it, flowers, yellow petals?
It's an edible flowers.
This is absolutely stunning. I've never seen something like this in my life.
It's like eating in a museum.
Yeah, it's as if they're plating the dish according to the design of the plate, you know? Like the sprouts, the fresh salad we have here is the hair, and then this is also...
Is it a beef tortellini?
Okay.
Which is like kind of her brain. The
Her
lady's
brain?
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
These are our beef carpaccio. Also part of the hair of the lady.
I almost don't want to ruin this beautiful creation,
Just grab
but
it.
I think I will anyway. Wow.
Like it?
The textures, the flavors all work really, really well together. Wow.
Perfect.
Amazing. This is my favorite kind of food, when you have so many different flavors on your plate, so you're not just tasting one thing, but how many ingredients did you say? 10?
More than 10 in every dish.
So outside of the restaurant, I noticed that there was a hashtag in front of the restaurant name.
Yes.
Segev Art. Is the chef into social media?
He always says that when you go into a restaurant, let's say 90% of the guests, they usually take out their phone, take a picture,
Yeah, that's very true.
and upload it. So now when you're gonna upload it, what hashtag are you gonna put? You're gonna put a Segev Art hashtag.
I'm guilty of doing that myself.
Exactly.
So you're making their lives easier. You're providing a hashtag for them. And then it works out for both sides.
Yeah. Surprising, right?
It's like a peanut dressing. Asian.
It's a aioli chili with cashew nuts and wasabi and ginger.
There's truffle in there.
Exactly. You like it?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And if you think that was cool, you haven't seen anything yet. The dessert looked as if it was ready to be showcased in an art museum.
Now you're supposed to pour it up on the eggs.
Okay. Wow.
Go for it.
Pour the mango sauce on top of the egg.
Exactly. It's like a cold mango soup.
This is a lot of fun to eat. Sunny side up.
Exactly. But sweet one.
This is definitely too pretty to eat. Look at these golden flakes.
Yeah, but you know, you cannot say no to chocolate.
That's true.
Go for it.
Okay.
Just break it.
Break it?
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Just break it.
Ooh. Wow, wow, wow.
So now you're practically eating gold.
Chocolate's better than gold. Let's see what we have here. We have a painter's palette.
You can write your name.
Ooh.
So you have 6 different flavors
Okay.
of small cheesecakes.
It's not too sweet, which is what I absolutely love. It's cold. Max, have you ever wondered where our water comes from? Have you ever
Yes.
wondered why it's so tasty and clean?
I assume whoever does the water processing in Israel is doing a great job, but something tells me by this question that you're asking, I'm going to find out all about it today on the show. Is that
Yep.
what's happening?
Up in the north, in the Eshkol region,
That's a bit of a hike.
we're going to Israel's national water company called Mekorot. And he has all the information, all the knowledge about how you purify the water and what the different sources are. So I'm sure he'll tell us some real interesting things.
Great. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
While Israel may be amongst the driest countries on earth, it is also home to one of the most technologically advanced national water companies. Mekorot not only supplies water to meet the needs of Israeli consumers, but is also a world leader in water innovation. Mekorot is the 4th largest filtration facility in the world and is pretty successful in bringing water to the arid desert.
So the goal here at Mekorot is to bring the freshest and cleanest water to every Israeli home. Am I right?
That's right. The Israeli National Water Company was established in 1937 in order to supply water to every point and every settlement in the country.
You know, it's really amazing that Israel is, what, 60% desert and still manages to supply fresh water to everyone.
Yeah, we've harnessed all the natural water sources that are available, but they are scarce. We are now taking water from the sea.
Okay, so let's begin the tour and learn more about Mekorot. The tour starts with a cool exhibit of water, light, and sound. So that water presentation was really cool. It's pretty awesome. But let's talk about the water sources. Where does the water come from?
Okay, let's have a look here at the map. We have several natural water sources, one of them being the Sea of Galilee in the north. You need to realize that rain only falls in Israel between November and May, and most of the water falls in the north. We have a mountain aquifer and a coastal aquifer, and we have a new source of water coming from the sea. There are now 5 desalination plants along the coast, which provide about 80% of our drinking water.
So I originally thought that Israel's main water source was coming from the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah, things have changed over the last few years. I mean, in 1964, the national water carrier was built in order to transport water from the Sea of Galilee in the north to the Negev Desert in the south, mainly for agriculture. But because of the growth of the population since the establishment of the state in 1948, water was needed for drinking. So most of this water has gone for drinking.
The Sea of Galilee is the largest above-ground source of water in the country, but cannot be taken for granted.
Here we have a photo of the Eshkol site. In front of us is a large reservoir, and above this, a smaller reservoir. Water from the Sea of Galilee flows in from this direction and flows into the smaller reservoir.
So the water gets pumped from the Sea of Galilee into the reservoir. Let's talk about the cleaning process.
Okay, the first stage is to get rid of mainly the free-floating particles in the water. There are free-floating particles, there are parasites, there are small animals, there are algae in the water, all of these things, and bacteria. All of these things we have to get rid of. We do this by adding a substance called polyaluminium chloride. It coagulates with the free-floating particles, and when these particles get to the small reservoir, they sink to the bottom of the reservoir. The sludge is pumped up by a barge. We dry the sludge, and the water that remains is pumped back into the open canal. We have clearer water that goes into a distribution channel, and from here it goes into the large reservoir.
So now that the water is in the large reservoir, it's drinkable?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Here we have different kinds of fish, 8 different species of fish that each of them has their own function. There are fish that eat algae, there are fish that eat worms, there are fish that eat snails, there are fish that eat dead fish. It's an ecological system. We don't add any food. All the food that they need is in the water. The reason why it's a covered reservoir is all drinking water has to be in a closed unit. Why? If there's penetration of the sun, we're going to have algae growing, which you can't have in drinking water. Also, things from the environment will go into the water. So all drinking water has to be enclosed totally.
From the reservoir, the water is finally ready to be pumped to the national water system.
Well, folks, the clock's run out on another episode of Cruising Israel, but thanks for joining us. Couldn't be prouder to have you with us.
Don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.